Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, 'tis I, the Jabbering Magpie, and we are back with Shadowrun Dragonfall. If you don't remember what happened last time, then good, neither do I. All I remember is I recorded it and I was exceedingly tired. Like, fucking fall over on my arse tired. See if we got anything in here which might... Doopy doopy doop doop doopy doop. No idea. I'm assuming we picked up the gun that Iger wanted. Well, let's just run back. I remember there was a gun. This man's from the KGB. He is now pasted over 12 to 13 mile radius. I had to Google how to hit him in the back of the head with a flashbang. And apart from that, yeah, I don't remember much. So, yeah. Oh yeah, I know we're like weird Viking, Nordic bullshit. So yeah, we got like a Sartu Thor's hammer over here. The Norwegians, those are the guys. Oh fuck it, we're out of here. Which is odd, because you never expect the Norwegians to be very nasty. They're a lovely lot. And here is a loading screen I have read before. Oh no, wait, no I haven't. The U-Bahn whisks you back towards Detroit's Bazaar, Iger standing by your side. The image of the engineer's body disintegrating in flame replays itself over and over in your mind. The bright flash, the shower of sparks, and the overpowering stench of sizzling meat. A blue-green after-image hangs suspended in the centre of your field of vision that refuses to be blinked away. From what Iger told you, the engineer was a menace, an international criminal at the top of his game, and as you watched, he was consumed from within by a device that marked him as disposable. The rattle of your U-Bahn cars coming to a halt shakes you from your reverie. You're home! Yay! And I think we also need to kill a cult of Satanists. Like, yeah. Not today, Satan, not today. Awfully dark, if you could bring up the gameplay, please. Thank you. You won't have anything new. Nobody will have anything new. Fuck it, let's get on with the game. Blitz, anything new? Nothing. Nothing new at all. Let's see what the big gal says. There you go, Iger. Max, what can I do for you? What was your thoughts on the last run? Okay, in that case, for the sake of gameplay, they've obviously just made it this option. We should talk about what happened with the engineer. Agreed, I'm ready to go over it if you are. So the engineer was working for a secret society. Wasn't expecting that. Neither was I. Part of me is still having trouble believing it, but it's true. Yuli wasn't lying. I could see it in his eyes. Got any chance to play with that rifle from the engineer's stash? Yeah, it's a beautiful piece of engineering. Shoots straight and has good stopping power. Holds a big magazine. A really nice gun. You mentioned a bunch of aftermarket mods that we found when we found it. Have you figured out what they do yet? Just one. It can tag a chambered round with an RF transmitter. After the round hits its target, the transmitter pings on a designated channel, broadcasting from the target's exact location to anyone listening in. In layman's terms, you can use this thing to mark a target. There's cyberware that does the same, and deckers do it all the time, but it's the first time I've seen this kind of functionality in a rifle. Why do I sense we're using that later? Not bad at all. Agreed. I've been reluctant to cart an AR along with me up until now. In my opinion, the added mid-range stopping power didn't justify the trouble of carrying another big bulky weapon into the field. Being a walking arsenal is fine and good, but it's also noisy and cumbersome, and those two things that every sniper tries to avoid. This thing though, this adds enough utility that I think it's worth the extra rate. I'll find a way to make it work. So, when I left that room to search for clues, the engineer told you something. Something that pushed you over the edge. Possibly the edge from you two. That son of a bitch said a lot of things. What of it? You knew that we needed him, but you beat him badly. I'm worried about a lapse of control. You don't need to be. There's nothing wrong with my self-control. I made a choice to unload on Yuli because he was a murderous asshole. I knew how much pressure to apply, which bones to break, and which ones to leave alone, and I did all of those things. Iger, remind me never to annoy you. More than I've already annoyed you. But what? Why did he tell you... what did he tell you to push you to that point? You really want to know? Alright, fine, I'll tell you. He told me about a bunch of Polish towns that my unit swept for syndicate activity. He told me how the mob poured back in right after we left, and what they did to those people who'd accepted our help. He told me about the beatings, the rapes, the killing rooms, the torture and verse. He relished in describing it, the relentless, hideous barbarism of it all meant to teach some sort of lesson. I think that the cruelest part of his entire story, those people, they didn't need a lesson in how terrible life can be. They live with that every day. Yuli seemed to find all of this hilarious. Yeah, I know he was pushing my buttons on purpose, and yeah, I know he was trying to make me lose control, but the hell with it. He deserved a good beating. Yuli didn't pull any punches, so I didn't pull my punches. And you have a problem with that, you can go get fucked. Cool down, Iger. We're both on the same side here. I know. Sorry. I guess I'm still a little bit on edge about this. Which is exactly what Yuli wanted, of course. I just can't help thinking, what if he wasn't playing me? What if those things did happen? If I leave things where they stand, there'll always be some hope that he was lying. But I dig into this and find out if he was telling the truth. If I found out not none of those things we did meant anything. Can't leave it like this, a question mark. I know you, Iger. You're too strong to run from the truth. I'm not running from anything, fearless leader. I'm going to look into this wherever it leads me. But I'm not going to do it today. When you're ready to start looking, you can call on me for help. I've got your back, Iger. I know it, and I'm glad. Now let's change tack. Is there anything else from the run that you want to go over? If you have any thoughts, I want to hear them. Have you been able to do any digging on Winter Night? No, there just isn't reliable information out there. Whoever these guys are, they're very good at information control. None of my contacts could find anything but rumours and conjecture, and most of this was too crazy to even consider. How crazy are we talking here? Completely insane, stories about magical nukes and the end of the world, Fenris shamans, Ragnarok, that kind of thing. Like I said, nuts. There are a lot of crazy things going on in this world. That doesn't mean they're not real. Yeah, remember we are talking about before we had a musco dystrophy virus that's spread by magic and seems to affect dragons a lot. So a magical nuke don't sound too implausible. Yes, there are, and no, it doesn't. But this is just too far out there for me to accept. It's far more likely that they release these stories themselves to throw people off whatever they're really doing. Anyway, we stopped them cold in Shatternest. Whatever their business is, whatever was going to be in those crates that the engineer was having shipped. It isn't our problem anymore. The Kreuzbazar is safe, on that front at least. Yeah, it is, and we've got you to thank for it. And you, don't downplay what you did back there. Anyway, we shouldn't let it go to our heads. We still have a dragon to worry about. That's all, Iger. Thanks for talk. Thank you, fearless leader. Bye-sies. Just check the old BBS. I've got to check the internet. Oh, nobody's emailed me. Jobs directory. Not doing pharmaceutical cleanup job, because that's just dick job. Actually, yeah, we've read through all this anyway. Yeah, this one's a bit morally dubious and I'm playing a good guy, so... BBS, post pay data, nothing. Claim pay data, ooh, yes, technology donor lists come in. BBS for relevant keywords, F-state protection. The writers have it on good authority that the Winter Night cult is eyeing Shatterness for expansion. We do not have any information as to what purpose they have for Berlin yet, but for the good of the Flux we should keep a watchful eye on this situation. See attached file for more details. Shock Villain writers. Can't track down much about these guys, what's the big deal? Tolstoy. Have a friend who worked at a Cal Free State who swears that he worked for them before. Says that they're a real deal, an honest-to-God global conspiracy. I thought he was full of dreck. A Norwegian cult with some money and some influence to rival the big corps. Come on, pro shot. Yeah, sounds a bit far-fetched, Tolstoy. That said, my buddy is rolling in new yen, and hell if I know where it came from. Or maybe I should say was, pro shot. As in past tense, so what happened? Tolstoy. He went on a shooting rampage a few weeks back, took out his entire family and a couple of neighbours before Lone Star managed to bring him down. He'll be sitting in one of their Supermax facilities for the rest of his life. And the money got seized as evidence. Pro shot. Whoa, that's horrible, man. Tolstoy. Yeah, it was. Thing is, I've read his arrest records. At the time the Lone Star tackled him, he was screaming crazy things about the world burning and a mood made of blood. So maybe there's something to all this after all. Pro shot. Okay, this sounds like a wonderful thing for a sequel. Stop the satanic Norwegians. Energy sources. I've got solar panels like everybody, but does anyone have experience with these mana turbine services? I'm off the grid, so there are some times when I need to do some late night decking or maintenance on my telescoping limbs. Alan Altbit. Is that a thing where a mage comes by and drops some juice into a generator? My buddy was telling me about them last week. The turbine spins the mana around and the charge lasts for weeks, he said. Wraith-like 44. They're a scam, chummer. That mage is going to be out there with your money before you realise how much power you've actually got. You're better off peddling a bike battery. Tolstoy. I love the fact that there are these little scams going around, like... Hang on, I'm just going to move my microphone. Around the world, mages doing fuckery to get people out of their money. Fool is soon parted with his money. Alright, let's go beat up Satan. Should be lol. And we're done. To the U-Bahn. Oh, Moritzaplatz. Whoop. Alright, here we go. Oh no, wait, we need to go to a bloody van. Oh. Never mind. Come on, Mr. Tumnus. Dude, where is my car? As a great movie once said. Or at least I can't remember if it was a great movie. It's been a very long time since I saw it, and I was very young at the time. So, yeah. I can't recall. Back through here. Take das van. Oh, glory. What you got, girl? Renraku flashbang, that's always good. I am in serious need of medical equipment, but you know what, I might be fine for now. Yeah, fuck it, live life dangerously. We're going to take on Satan. Why bother taking medical equipment? Yay! We're going on a road trip to Stuttgart. That's going to take about 4 hours. The drive from Kreuzbazar to the Schonbusch forest was a long one. For over 6 hours, you and Glory rode in relative silence, with only the sounds of the road for company. We didn't even put the radio on. Now you find yourself crouching in the woods, watching, waiting. Off in the distance, the rustic exterior of the Feuerstelle looks curiously warm and inviting, but you know what's waiting inside. The anticipation churns at your guts like a living thing. Eventually a van pulls out of the compound's driveway and rolls out along the service road before disappearing from view. Glory gives you a nod and you begin to scramble forward. Haro has left the building. It's time for you to make your way inside. You mean we couldn't have a good old-fashioned sing-along on the fucking trip here, you know? Could have done some 99 Luftballons. German, good old Deutschland classic there. 99 Luftballons. Da 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 dee doobie doobie da dee da dee da da da. Please don't copyright strike my video, 'cause I sound just like Nina. I think it was Nina who sung that. Please do comment if you know who's sung 99 Luftballons. The weathered edifice of Feuerstelle looms above you, dark and sinister in the chill night's air. Despite the horrifying stories that Glory told you about this place, something about it feels strangely comforting. In the back of your mind, insidious voices whisper that you could stay here forever. Do you feel it? The lore of this place? Glory gestures with a limb of chrome and steel. When I was a kid, when I was whole, the pull was irresistible. Yeah, I can feel it. It's almost pleasant. Satanly pleasant. It's meant to be. That's how it gets to you. Worms its way inside you, changes you, and you don't even realise what's happening until it's too late. She looks at you again, her eyes dark. When she speaks again, her voice is quiet but steady. You're going to see some terrible things here, Mags. Feuerstelle exists to prey on the young. We're going to have to come face to face with that. Are you sure you're prepared? When you say young, how young do you mean? I need to know what we're walking into. Am I going to have to shoot a kid through the face? Teenagers mostly, 16 through 18, though there is a rare exception. That's enough to make me feel uneasy. Me too, but we're going to put an end to it, one way or another. So I'll ask you again, are you ready for this? I need an honest answer. Ready as I'm ever going to be. She studies your face for a moment longer, then she looks away. Good. You want to compare notes, make sure we're both on the same page? She nods. We save the street kids and runaways that are living here. We take them away from this place before Harrow can turn them into monsters. We keep them from following in my footsteps. This is your run, Glory. I'm just here to help you see it through. So what are you going to do first? Harrow keeps a shrine in the compound. It's the key to his control over the cultists. We're going to purify the shrine and break the control, and then we're going to lead those kids out of here. If we're purifying a shrine, surely we need magic. I'm chocked to the block with enough metal and plastic which stops my mana, and you're not much better. In fact, you're probably even worse than I am. Tell me about the shrine. It's a lump of rock about as tall as I am, inscribed with runes and encrusted with bone. Its power comes from an entity that Harrow is bound into, the stone, something very old and very dangerous, toxic spirit. In many ways it is the heart of this place. Voices that you can hear whispering in the back of your mind, those are the spirit's voices. It saps the will of anyone who sets foot on these grounds. We can't save those kids until the shrine is dealt with. They'll fight us if we try. A few more details, please. How do we purify said shrine? Something like that. It'll be easier to just show you. I've got everything we need right here. She pats a satchel that hangs from her shoulder. When the time comes, I'll conduct the ritual, but before I can do that, we're going to have to face the spirit on its own terms. And that's going to be dangerous, Mags. Oh, goody, we're going to literally fight fucking Satan. Or Baphomet, or fucking, I don't know, Nigel Farage, or whatever you want to call Satan Hitler these days. Why attempt to purify the spirit at all? Why not just kill it? The spirit has its fingers in the minds and auras of every kid in this compound. If we kill it, most kids will get hurt. They might even be killed. We can't take that risk. But if we can cleanse the adversary's corruption from it, it might withdraw from their minds willingly. And then we can get the hell out of here. Exactly. If this shrine controls the people here, then how do you have anything to feel guilty about? Nothing that you did on the Harrow was really your fault. I wish that was true, but it isn't. Back before I ran away, Feuerstaller was nothing more than a cult of personality that revolved around Harrow. He didn't need magical help to keep us here. We loved him and we believed in his message. He created the shrine as an insurance policy. Okay, I've heard all I need to. Let's get in there and do some good. I'm with you. Let's do this. Okay. Probably got about 9 minutes left on this video, so that's plenty of time to bust in and kill Satan. It's rather nice, actually. A lovely hammock there. Look at that. Cracking. I've always wanted a lovely cabin. That is a very big bear skin. Like, I know bears are huge, but wow. Hello? Satan? Are you here? Not today, Satan, not today, as Bianca Del Rio says. We'll just inspect a few of these corridors. We'll find out what's... This is a fucking huge cabin. What pocket dimensional interspace fuckery is going on here? That's a very nice piano. This is a really nice cult. Like, I'd join this. Look at that furniture. This is classy. Well, there's none of that basic shit you get. You know what? I think this might be a lovely place to save and probably end the video here. Because I have a sneaking suspicion that if I walk through these doors, I'm going to end up having to shoot a child in the face, which, not great, no. Tends to be a rather touchy subject. Well, as far as I know, I've never personally done it. So, I do hope you enjoyed that, ladies and gentlemen. Do leave a comment, or a like, or a dislike, or a subscribe, or any information that you have about the song 99 Luftballons. All will be appreciated. For now, I will wish you the very tattiest of byes.